Hello, Cindy Holland and entire Netflix production and creative team. My name is Nathan Peliquin, and I wanted to show you a little bit of a presentation on why I believe that I would be an incredible asset to the team working on original content and other projects for the actual Netflix streaming system that you guys have put in place. So without further ado, I'd like to tell you guys a little bit about myself, some things about the content that I would like to create, and a little bit about why it's so important to me to create this kind of content. So let's start with who I am. My name is Nathan Peliquin. As I said before, I come from a very small town in Townsend, Massachusetts. I moved from Townsend, Massachusetts to the greater city of Cincinnati in Ohio. And I started in Massachusetts doing small theater stuff with my friends and with my dad. And I kind of started, that's kind of where everything started. I fell in love with theater. My grandmother used to take a lot of pictures, and my dad also used to take a lot of videos. And I kind of became the star of the films in every single one of them. And I really enjoyed doing stuff like that when I was younger. And it kind of sparked my interest into making scripts and doing that kind of stuff later on down the road. Now, let's talk about the different stuff that I've done. So I learned a lot about Avid, the editing service. I learned about Adobe Premiere. I learned about Adobe Lightroom. I learned about a lot of the editing services that kind of like really tweak in on making my content that much better. I also learned a lot about the different kind of camera angles and the different ways to make my f-stops, my apertures, and all of my different components of my camera to make those shots and make those actual scenes that much more vivid and beautiful. Now, continuing forward, I am going at a little bit of a fast pace, so stop me if I'm going a little bit too fast. I also started doing in my past, I did a lot of theater stuff. So I worked on Seussical, I worked on William Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. I also did a lot of stuff with just, simple photography and just kind of glazing over every aspect of the entire field and enjoying every part of it. Now, going forward, the big thing that I want to make very, very clear is that I really want to create locations rather than create movies. Now, when I say that, I mean I want to create content that creates a location. So I created a entire, an acronym for it. So it's called CCTCL. Creating content that creates location. Mainly taking the movie and taking the entire feeling of watching a television show out of it and watching a movie completely out of the entire equation, making it feel more like you're actually living in what you are watching. And I feel like that's something that we're missing nowadays. That's not necessarily part of the entire movie-going production or sitting down and watching a movie. I feel like that's been taken completely out of it. And I want to kind of bring it back. And that's what I want to bring to the table for the people of Netflix. I also want to thank everybody that has taken the time out of their busy day. Cindy Holland, I'm talking to you specifically. I know that you have a very busy schedule and you have a lot of things going on a day-to-day basis. So thank you so much for reading and listening to my presentation.